say, wow, he did really good. I'm here with the neighbors right now. We got some fucking questions, and this is gonna be in a sort of rapid fire element, but if they got a story, then we're gonna listen. What's your biggest fear, fellas? Like, what's your biggest nightmare or worst nightmare that you've ever had? Biggest fear or worst nightmare? We're gonna go straight to the depths of this.
I don't like spiders.
You don't fuck with spiders. Why? Just the fact that they have 8 legs and shit, and they got.
I don't know why, honestly. I think it's just like
Did you have a bad experience with a spider?
nah, I think it's like a primitive instinct or some shit. Like from back, like a different life.
Have you ever had a close encounter with a spider that you had to escape? Okay. Now.
This one time I was sleeping and I knew something was like crawling on my bed. I didn't feel it or nothing, so I kicked the blanket and it shot up and it landed right on my face and it was completely dark, so I just slapped the shit out of myself.
Did it?
I killed it.
You killed it and you were bite free, right? Yeah, no, I would definitely be scared of spiders for the rest of my life after that shit. That's a very valid fear after that experience, bro. Alright, hey, worst nightmare, biggest fear, bro. We all got dark minds out in here, so like feel free to share. I'll understand.
I'm not gonna get deep with it. If I'm gonna be just like carnal as shit, like waking up without my cock and balls, like Ken Smooth type shit.
Oh, man. For real.
Yeah. Like in a plastic box and everything.
Cause then you just have to like be a monk or something. Like you kind of.
Yeah, you'd have to like all that testosterone be gone out of your life. And you have
might
to
as well just be a chick then, you know.
Yeah.
It almost like
it
could help you kind of like, you know, because how often do we fucking spend trying to chase some punani that we know we don't have any business getting. We know the shit. We're bringing her home to mama.
I do have a question though. You said your fear was
losing my entire cock and balls.
So you said waking up like that. So
waking
like,
up to
what is it? What's worse? Waking up to them just being gone, or going through the event that makes them being gone?
I think
or having the nightmare and waking up in your nightmare with no cock and balls, thinking you're awake.
Man,
you can do some crazy mannequin.
It's conception, bro.
Yeah, bro.
All right, Mr. Dark, bro. Just we got.
So I'm gonna be honest. My worst nightmare, like I don't remember, but it was scary as fuck. Biggest fear, fucking someone putting beans in my burrito, bro.
God damn, bro. We got Ken Smooth over here, bro. We got Mr. fucking Burrito Beans, bro. He's like, get the fuck out of here, bro. We got dude, I fucking kicked a spider under my face and smacked myself. Now I'm motherfucking.
These are now our
I don't fuck with spiders like ever, bro.
My weakness is being
Alright.
Spider-Man mixed with One Punch.
And y'all can decline to answer, right? Okay. Gnarliest kink/fetish from you or a lover. And do you know? Like,
I have to decline.
I'm gonna pass.
I just can't say it publicly.
Alright, let's talk about butt stuff really quick.
Alright, next. Best. And we had to do it for the culture, bro. For the youth.
You'll never know.
Let's go best and worst psychedelic trip, bro.
Oh, dude, I was on LSD one time, and this dude, shout out to Clint, he was like, well, I gotta say his name anyway, so shout out to you, bro.
If you're watching Clint, bro, thank you.
I didn't say last names, he knows who he is. He was like sitting upside down, we took shrooms, man. He kept going, Clint's World, Clint's World, Clint's World, like repetitively, bro, and I'm like, yeah, I couldn't stand it anymore, so like, I went outside and I like put this paper bag on my head for some reason, I cut holes out of it, and I was just like looking at the trees. And then,
with the bag on your head?
Yeah, dude, I went to light a cigarette and somehow I like caught the bag on fire.
What? Bro, keep it rolling. No,
yeah, and I was just like, another story where I'm like slapping myself. I was like trying to beat it.
Damn, bro, because like you might accidentally, like subconsciously be throwing yourself into situations where you have to fucking smack yourself just like off the strength of. Okay, but that was like one of the best ones, right? Like the best trip.
I mean, it was cool.
It was a trip.
Okay.
Until that last part.
Yeah, up until the bag.
No, I've only done it twice, but one time, a girlfriend I was dating, she like had a blanket around her, and she was like standing in this window with her like leg propped up. She had one of those like beanies that had the fox ears, and I thought she was Batman. Cause like the wind was blowing and the blanket was going like this, and it was just a silhouette.
When you take shrooms around, you dating Batwoman, like damn, what you doing hiding them superpowers out here? Okay, best and worst, if any, bro.
It's kind of fucked up because I was used as like a guinea pig by this dealer I had when I was like 18, right?
What?
Oh,
I'm gonna hold. Okay, so like he was like, "Hey, I got these new chemicals. Do you want to try them out?" And you're like, "Okay."
He had these strips, right?
I'll do anything.
He had these strips, right? And he's like, they're fluff. Essentially, what that means is like potent LSD, like hella potent, like 3 times the mics of a regular strip, essentially. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll take it. So one night, me and my friends were all having a party, and we had just gotten like this fucking 40 strip. And I'm like, dude, let's fucking take them right now. So I took a 10 strip, my buddy took a 10 strip, and like all of his friends split the other 10 strip, essentially. And
which is equivalent to 4 hits.
yeah, and so.
Okay.
So, there's so many things that happen in this trip, but what I can say about it is I tripped for around 36 hours. I lost my goddamn mind. And, like, it was hard for me to process reality, like, even, like, 2 years later, kind of thing.
So, did you, like, kind of visit the 7 rings of hell?
Oh, yeah,
say?
absolutely.
And then your Dante's Inferno off of 4 hits LSD, then you, because then you,
So,
you
how I found out that he dosed it that much was that he called at the end of it. He's like, hey, how you doing? And I was like, I'm fine. He's like, how's that shit I gave you? I was like, He's like, yeah, dude.
Dude, he's like, you mean the shit that you gave me Monday and it's fucking Wednesday?
He triple dosed it and, like, he told me, and I was like, dude, that's kind of fucked up, isn't it? But
yeah, no, that is fucked up. This is why you don't come. I don't know. What message did you find in it? Maybe it's not best for me to try to find that message.
Don't be a guinea pig.
Don't be a guinea pig,
fuck your shit
bro.
up.
That part, dude. All right, Mr.
I mean, I really haven't had a bad experience on LSD. I plead the fifth.
God bless your soul, bro.
But I have had some on mushrooms, and I don't know if it really happened or not. But every time I take mushrooms, I just like, I don't know if I don't like feel them or something. But like, there was this one time I was like at my cousin's house. I took some shrooms, and like supposedly the house is like haunted or whatever, right? So like, I don't know if and for some reason like,
nah, dude.
we had the bright idea. We're like, we're gonna call out the spirit. We're native and shit, right? Oh my god, I shouldn't have done that.
You don't just summon dark spirits for shits and gigs on the shroomies.
I was 16.
So that's the thing about
well,
shrooms,
okay,
like,
yeah, no,
whenever
that's
you're
100.
Anyway, like we started calling it out, bro. Dead ass. I don't know if I was tripping or what, but like it was coming after me. I heard like the footsteps in the hallway and shit.
Cause
I
like,
freaked out, ran, went to the woods, and yeah.
Cause like a lot of times in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension, the spirit cannot interact with your 3D self unless spoken to or called upon. And so you probably summoned him, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck with him tonight."
Your shadow just detaches from his body.
How did you make it from the woods? You're 16 years old. You obviously you're 16 years old. Took some mushrooms. You're in the trailer park because you just summoned a dark spirit and you're running away from it. Where is the reconciliation part?
Like trailer park boys.
Like,
Don't talk to things you don't understand.
Facts. There we are, bro. Good. I'm proud of you all for sharing, bro. Like, appreciate that, dude. Hey, craziest show experience, dude. Has anybody been kicked in the face?
I think we can all agree.
Yeah, it's probably.
I think what was it? The Vanguard show was nuts.
Yeah, that was a pretty.
That was so crazy.
But performing at Cane's is pretty crazy.
I couldn't see anybody at Cane's.
Wait,
I
I
know,
got
like the lights is on.
It was just lights.
Lights, bro.
Was that a trip too? Just the
Yeah.
whole time? Like,
being on
you're just
Kane's
like,
stage is fucking dope as shit, dude.
But they were making noise for us and everything. So
Oh, that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was.
That's gotta feel good, like, because you guys have had this vision of what you guys are capable of and what you can become over time, and to actually see that manifested, because I'm sure you put it out into the universe years prior. Hey, I'm gonna be on the fucking Cane's stage, and they're gonna be rocking with our shit, and so to see that must have been a fucking breathtaking experience.
I'm not gonna lie, whenever that happened to us, like, it was at such a weird time. Like, we were really trying to get onto this one festival, and we didn't get on, just simple as that. And then like the next day,
I remember
we got announced for the Canes. And I was like freaking out, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is going on, bro? We're
That's
gonna be playing in front of thousands of people with Snow the Product, bro. Like, what the
So
fuck?
the product is dope
You
as
know,
fuck,
like
bro.
that shit was just wild to me. Like, and we got to do it with Alan Doyle, and he's a fucking legend. You know what I'm saying? Much respect to you, bro. But like,
Wait
yeah,
a sec here. I got a story before we cut the show thing off, and it's totally unrelated.
Of course,
But
of course.
it's about somebody that we all know. His name's Sam Morgan, Gengar. Gengar. You can look him up. So I was raised in the hardcore metal community, and I've been in it since I was like 14. And I was about 16 whenever I met Sam. And there's this really heavy show going on for Marquee, which is now the Vanguard. And I had always kind of known Sam. He had always been kind of wild, like straight up fighting motherfuckers 3 times his size. This dude, like, the night that I actually asked his name, he did this at the show. Somebody started a fight with one of his friends, and I see Sam fucking lift off the floor, fucking 4 feet in the air to Superman punch this motherfucker that was like fucking 6.5 foot tall. Like one of the most badass like punches I've ever seen thrown in the history of anything ever.
Gengar is kind of like a black metalhead Yoda, if you will.
Yeah.
Do you know he's got? If you've seen him in the show, he's a squirrely little motherfucker, but he's also got vibes for days, and he ain't afraid to thrash, bro. And that's a lost art, you know. Bro actually he got the best of me. Punched me in the face not even 6 weeks ago, bro. Before I performed. So shout out to Sam, keeping the metalhead community alive, bro. Punching motherfuckers in the face. punching dudes 3 times their size.
I hitchhiked to my first show. Like, legitimately hitchhiked.
You hitchhiked to your first show? From where? From where to where?
Well, dude, the show was in McAllister. And my aunt was taking me and her boyfriend at the time. And we were driving in a truck, shit just breaks down. And we're on the side of the road trying to fix it, and then this reservation police kind of dude, he wasn't even like an official, like, what are they?
He's just one of the boys.
Yeah, bro, he was just like,
that's
he was
funny.
just in like a Ford Explorer, like a 2-door. When we all hopped in the back, he took us straight to McAllister. Like,
That's hard.
no,
yo.
didn't even have to pay him money or nothing.
Did you ever catch his name or anything? You gotta...
I was like 14.
Man, well, if you... Hey, anybody that fucking took Zach...
Man, shout out to you,
fucking,
man.
to the fucking...
That was like 2008.
Man, you guys go way back, man. You guys have been in this game for a minute, bro. Okay, so let's go, most previous time you were caught simping. You know, there's sometime like, cause like, let's set the parameters here. There's a spectrum of simping. Can we agree to that? There's levels
Tell
to the
him about
simping,
Wyatt.
right?
I'm gonna not say nothing. You got this, Wyatt.
Oh shit. Oh my god.
Just opting out of the simping.
Yeah, I'm a simp.
I don't really
Alright.
post on Facebook or get
Alright.
on social media a whole lot, so I just be.
Hey, I'm not trying to spark your drum, boys. I'm
No,
not
I'm
trying
just
to spark
saying,
your
like, for
drum.
real, I just don't be.
We don't be simping. I don't think. I mean, but
I'll be on
Wyatt.
Facebook, none of that. I mean, I am, but not often.
Hey,
So you're
hey
simping
guys,
for like
listen.
not
No,
directly
like
simping.
I'm not on
Listen.
social media often enough.
So you don't even give yourself the opportunity to simp because you're just focused on
I'm
success.
sipping for them video games, boy.
Okay. So
Hey.
the most previous time Zach was caught
It's
simping.
okay to simp for somebody you really care about, but otherwise, you know.
It just feels like why
But
he's
is
about
it
to tell a
simping at that
monumental
point?
story
He's
right
about-
now. He
I'm
prepared
just
his
trying to
heart
put
out.
him down.
I hold the quick trip door open for an old lady.
Hey,
so I guess
That's
Oh, what a fucking simp.
He's like I'm such a simp right now. I'm a
That's not
simp for
simp,
you,
man. That's
grandma.
called
I'm a
being-
simp
What's
for
the
my grandma,
parameters
bro.
of simping?
oh yeah, it is broad. I'll say.
Alright, so
There's certain types of simping.
okay, so simping is still a touchy subject, 2021, man. I'm not proud to admit whenever I fucking catch myself, it's like,
What did you think?
I'm not gonna lie. I did simp over y'all. I wouldn't be in a group with you.
Yeah,
so.
bro, we simp.
dude,
I simp
that
for them
actually
hard.
brings me to a question.
I simp every day.
We simp
Any,
every trio.
any homie moments, like where y'all were super drunk or turned up in the studio, maybe like right before a show, where everybody's like, I fucking love you guys. Fucking you into my
Every day
fucking life.
at my
Every
house.
time we do
Yeah.
a show, honestly, after like every show, we're like, yeah.
I had a moment there wherever like I would down like 8 fucking shots of Jack before like I'd go on stage, And like I was like, guys, I'm fine, I can do this. And I would have times where I'm like, I knew I wasn't, but I was like, I gotta perform, dude. I gotta do this right. Yeah.
And so that might be where some of the homie moments came through. They're like, dude, I don't know.
Especially
I probably didn't notice myself fucking up, but they probably did, for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
And you know, I will say this, like, seeing y'all perform, I see that energy. Like, y'all feed off of each other's energy in such a way to where, like, you know, you guys set an impeccable standard for each other. So let's say one of y'all is fucked up off 8 shots of Jack. Like this is for this hypothetically.
Yeah, it's happening.
Like let's say one of y'all is fucked up. The other two come to the rescue because like okay. You know, like, okay,
So,
this was
wait,
in our
is it
darkest
like
time to get fucked up.
Is it-
fucking Wyatt?
Is it
like
like
a
a balance? Like if you take 8 shots and none of y'all take any, is it like kind of
Yeah, you'll see
like
me
couples?
jump
He's like, damn, I'm almost sober.
I'm gonna
do this number right here, like, and they're gonna see that, and they're gonna start getting more wily.
No,
pretty
this
good.
is like, because I've seen you post about health and shit like that and kind of like putting yourself in a better place mentally. What advice do you have for the youth in terms of like positive psychological adjustment? Because like, you know, it's all about, like, dude, if you don't have that leadership growing up, who the fuck do you learn from? You fucking just find random influencers, and then before you know it, some fucking drug dealer fucking puts 4 hits of acid in what you think is 1 hit, and then you trip balls for 36 hours and visit the 7 rings of hell. Ain't nobody tell you were gonna do that.
Isn't it 9?
You know? What's up?
Isn't it 9? The 9 levels of hell?
Yeah, I think so.
You said
I don't
7.
know.
We're getting
I
the
think it's 9.
nitty gritty.
You know, hey,
I don't believe in religion, so
go ahead and leave in the comments below. For your opinion, like how many rings of hell are there? Is any?
Do we simp for the devil or do we not?
I believe in aliens.
We are aliens.
See, I will say this, like, you know, I got a couple more questions and shit, but like we're having this conversation about God or the lack thereof, and like he said something important. He was like, well, whether or not you believe, you still live in this experience, right? And then in my mind, my little yoga head, I was like, it's all God. Everything and nothing and everything in between is God.
You are God. He is God.
So comment below like what your best and worst psychedelic experience is. How many rings of hell are there?
And do we simp
is
for
there
the devil
God,
or do we
bro?
simp for God?
And yes, the last time you were caught simping, dude.
Are you
Alright.
simp for AI?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, shout out to the gamer community.
shout out to
We gotta
video
represent.
game.
It's like, dog, I don't even think about one, bro. I just want to get to the box. Not that box, bro. The Xbox.
Every time, dude.
Damn it.
Before we get to the last 2 questions, I gotta say, what is your favorite way to experience marijuana? You
I'm
edible?
blunt. I'm a classic boy. I'm an old head when it comes to that. Give me a shtick, I'm good, bro. Like,
So you
I heard
prefer
the best
like
way.
one.
I heard the best way is to put it on a spoon.
I mean, you could, but
What?
Okay, so he
never
likes to
heard
freebase his marijuana. Interesting. We'll get back to that.
J-Rob in the show.
Yellow
in the background,
racket.
I'll be out in a minute, man.
What's the favorite?
I don't smoke no more, but when I did, I just I like to smoke out of bars though, cause I take 1 hit.
Oh
and
my
dude,
gosh.
I'm good for another 4
One hit
hours.
of a bone, you're on all
Saves your
kinds of
weed
stuff.
too,
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying?
Good stuff. And shout out to all the smokers and all the non-smokers, bro. Like, you be sober as fuck and still see all the little interdimensional patterns. If you tap into your third eye and don't bust your nut, kids. If you just do semen retention, you hold your fucking semen in. I swear to God, your semen has literally the equivalent of a steak and 12 eggs worth of protein. Y'all be busting nuts on anybody, and you can't do that nowadays, bro. You guys are fucking literally wasting your literal
I mean,
like,
he's right.
3
You're right,
entrees,
but it's just
bro.
the way you approach
Alright,
it is just
and
so
for all
funny.
you vampire women out there, you watch stuff. Alright, we don't want no part of you. Not gonna end no rap careers 2021. At
I
least
ain't
not
saying
ours,
shit. She
dog,
wants
damn
to.
it. Alright, dude. Best and worst advice you gotten. We're gonna end on this one.
No, hold up. Imagine coming
we
in
can
on
keep
a
it rolling.
hoverboard and talking about I'm Meals on Wheels, baby.
On wheels, bro. Hey, that's a music video idea. That's a fucking short video idea. Meals on Wheels. Extremely perplexing. Jesus. Alright.
Best advice.
Best and
advice,
worst advice. Yeah.
Best advice was my grandpa. He's like, just assume everybody on the road that you're on is a fucking idiot. So yeah, that's pretty practical advice.
Genius,
Is that like
bro.
literal, like on the road, or like generally, like on the road of life? Or I mean, like, is that like
That might be, you know, that
It could
actually
go
might
both
be
ways.
the other side of the coin there. For
Bars, bro.
Yeah.
Your grandpa's got straight bars, dog.
Straight
Because
up.
for real, like, especially in times of crisis, right? We're in an international crisis, which might just be, you know, a global agenda to suspend our constitutional rights so they can just fucking seize all of our property. You know? But in times of crisis, motherfuckers drive and get crazy. And that's on the road, the metaphorical road, and the literal highway, bro. So just 10 and 2, bro. Because, like, out here in our 20s, bro, I'm just literally, I'm 22, dog. I literally just got to not die. And I'm pretty sure I'll be successful, bro. But, you know, these motherfucking drivers been testing my luck every day, bro. Alright, best and worst advice we've got Zach and Darko. Well, no, we gotta go worst advice, bro. Anybody told you some shit advice, boy?
Oh man.
He's like, every week.
A lot. Stick that
Yeah.
fork in that outlet.
My dealer's like, try this acid for
Yeah,
me.
okay. Worst advice.
Full circle.
Boom, bro. Circles. Bro.
Best advice I ever had. I was in Taekwondo whenever I was young. My sensei always told me, hard work pays off. All it takes is time. And I've like, that's the best advice to me because like they just told me that if I work at something, I'm gonna get it. But it's just the amount of work I put in and the amount of time it takes. That's the difference.
And that's probably gotten you through some various situations.
Dude, no, it's pushed me through everything.
Because whenever you see it once, when you see it, all it takes is one time. Like, okay, this is real fucked up. I just need some time. And then time goes by and it gets better. You're like, holy shit. Okay, I think there's something to this. Like, it's not always gonna be the 7 to 13 layers of hell.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I don't know.
Or just closing your eyes and there's nothing. So.
Yeah, dude. And like, I get to the point now, I can see these little shapes, these little trickly wicklies in my fucking, with my fucking eyes closed. I'm like, what is this?
There's a
dimension right now.
scientific explanation for that.
I
It's
know,
like your
bro.
blood vessels.
Yeah, it's your blood vessels popping in your eyes or some shit.
Well, and so like, have you ever done DMT?
I plead the fifth.
I've never
Okay,
done that.
because it is science, because it's all fucking a big vibration, right?
I do have a song called what is it called?
Drinks,
La
mayonnaise, and
Flora.
tomatoes.
So
Drinks, mayonnaise, tomatoes, bro. Doing mathematics tremendously. Alright?
I'm so confused. I'm so
That's-
far behind. Like,
That's great fucking advice. Well, you know, he's like, I plead the fifth. He's like, dog, I'm not gonna go DJ Vlad me, bro. I'm not gonna catch me.
I've said it
singing
twice
for your
already.
ear. Okay, so worst advice, bro. Before we
There's no advice, man. I mean, simple as that. If you don't have somebody building you up in your ear, what's the point, you know?
When he's like, I don't take bad advice.
Yeah,
You
fuck
trying to
that.
give me some.
No.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
stop.
And you can tell, cause like you look at their life, the life of the person giving you.
Well, I mean, I try to build everybody up, you know? Like,
100%,
the biggest thing I
100%.
feel like, the camaraderie I have with these boys, I try to build them up as much as I can. I love them, man. They inspire me to be a better artist. So I'm always trying to build them up as much as I
Funny
can.
interview, dude.
Cause yeah,
I'm sorry.
your success is their success,
Right.
bro, and that's some real shit. So like,
God damn it! Thank you. Hey, you got this funny shit.
oh my god.
all right, Zach, best and worst advice.
What did I even drop?
The best advice that I could give is don't
Wait.
think about it too much.
Is that a
And
screw?
Worst advice I ever gotten was stand there, put this apple on your head. I
It's right
promise
under
I won't
this.
shoot you.
Damn. Okay, so you said always do your best, right?
Nah, don't think about it too much.
Don't think about
Yeah,
it.
shout out to Drake.
Don't think.
What's up on
No.
that feature, boy?
Yeah, actually, shout out to Drake. Drake, if you're watching this, dude, I want to maybe just eat a grilled cheese sometime, dog.
Yeah, if you talking about Drake, like Drake.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
Drake and
I
Josh.
want to go to brunch with
Oh,
Drake.
Drake and Josh.
Now,
oh.
don't think about it too much, and that is because sometimes thinking too much can give you that fear and hesitation, and that can't be productive. There's a mantra I have in my head sometimes when I don't want to do shit. I say, Aaron, just fucking send it. Just fucking send it. You're tired. Well, you gotta finish this album, so fucking send it. Alright, you know? That's my advice. Send it. Alright? And worst advice was stand here, put this apple on your head, and I promise I won't shoot you.
But that was just a joke, but it really ain't. That's actually some really bad advice, but there really isn't any bad advice because you can take that bad advice and take bits and pieces out of it because sometimes any information is useful. So
100%. And sometimes people give me great advice. I'm like, that's terrible advice just because it like fucking.
Why'd you point at me?
but they might be they might be onto something. They just didn't go about it right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
100%,
there could be
bro.
something there. They're just not thinking about it in a profitable or whatever kind of way advice is given in the context.
Hey, do you mind if I take over for a minute?
Yes, sir.
Alright, let me hear a poem.
A poem.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can start it off. You start off and then like, I'm gonna hear a poem from all of you.
Okay, give me a topic,
Alright.
bro.
Yeah, give me a topic.
No, I'm talking about like a written poem.
Alright. Okay. We keeping it litter than Baca go running shit. Bitch, I am Naruto. Breathing on rappers, I'm tangible. Gave her the Gucci, she proud of though. Hege phenomenal. Sticking the guts in the dominoes. Eat it like dominoes. Banging the papa hoes. Head is like copper flows. Fuck. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm sorry.
Bars,
Alright,
bro.
now do a
He
poem.
hit him with 12.
Now do a freestyle poem.
12 off the top.
Okay,
and-
alright,
and-
But like
give
okay,
me. Scenario,
I'll give
give me a
you.
word.
I'll
Dragon
give you
Ball
a-
Z, bro.
No, see, no, you're at a poetry club and everybody, it's like low lit, everybody's snapping, and there's actually coffee there. You know what I'm saying? Instead of beer, there's coffee. It's one of those places, and there's a bunch of like.
So I'm at the coffee shop, but I hate fucking beans. But I'm still there. Motherfucker, what the fuck do you mean? I'm trying to make this dollar. They gave me a stage of schemes, so I slowed it down and I spit this soliloquy a little slower so they can hear me, so I get their hopes up, so I can take the dollar, take their quota. Never do I lack up on the focus. This is my freestyle, never wrote this. I don't know.
Oh, man.
Well, see, I meant more of a
Bars,
not a
bro.
rap.
You
but like
cannot criticize that. That was great.
I'm not criticizing.
Heard
One
you imagine
fish,
himself
two
in an
fish,
imaginary poetry
hey,
scene.
redfish,
He spit bars for the post, serving coffee.
Mic drop.
Hey, you guys give me a topic. So.
Okay, I got another topic. All right, I was gonna have y'all do that too, but I'm just going all over the place. All right, so like, what about?
Roses on red.
He dropped
Violets are
screws
blue.
and bars.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. Well, so what y'all think about like? Y'all think like New World Order is real, or like y'all think it's not?
I don't believe in religion. Have you watched the movie Prometheus at all? That's kind of what
It's
I
not
believe.
really like a religion. I mean,
So
like.
he was
yeah.
like given this burden of fucking holding.
I'm just a
the
fucking
world
like
up.
I'm through and through a realist. I think there's like the fucking universe is too big for other life not to exist, especially sentient life. You know, there's no way in my eyes that there's not something up there. I don't care if
Do
You
it's
ever just trip on how fucking big and fucking cosmic the fucking
yeah,
universe
exactly.
is?
That's,
Yeah, oh,
that's
I
the
feel
crazy
that motherfucking
thing.
energy
Bro, it's like
sometimes.
an
I'm like,
eyeball.
God damn, like we're talking about God and like
Yeah.
even just a
Like
little
an
fraction
iris.
of God will blow your whole fucking psyche.
Yeah, hey.
You know, take fucking.
We talked about this before, right? Like, if you think about it, like, what does an atom look like most in the universe? Like an atom, you know, like how it's got like.
Well, why do things in our body
Yeah.
Adam and
It's like-
evolution.
but wait,
replicate life? Like,
but see, like.
why do trees look like fucking veins in our body? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
and the trees like at nighttime they can look like lumps, you know, and they bring
Yeah.
the
universe
oxygen.
was like an iris of your eye.
Yeah, and if you think about it, an atom looks like a solar system.
But check
that-
this out.
but what I
Adam
thought-
and Eve, Adam and
I know.
evolution.
I was gonna get there, but it's
So
like
it's just an atom evolved.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, so it's like proving science and God at the same time, but a solar system looks exactly like an atom, right? Pretty much, because it's like something rotating around a central object. So if you think about it,
or does it
what
do that
if-
because of gravity?
But I'm just saying whatever reason it does that for. I'm just saying that
Just saying.
what if the atoms that we contain, what if those were solar systems in another universe? This is all if. Or what
Yeah,
if
that's
what
like
if
a
the solar
microscopic-
systems, think of how many solar systems are in a galaxy in a universe. So think about what if the solar systems are atoms to God.
Well, it's like the
Probably
Fibonacci sequence, like the divine math. So once you hit that, because like, okay, so what they call God, which is a terrible word because it's not the actual name for it. Everybody all fucked up because motherfucking Catholics fucking raped a bunch of people and talked about God. And you're like, well, I can't trust what you say because you just put it in my own bone.
Here's a logical explanation for that. But here's something we also can't explain we can't explain gravity. But we know the laws of
I
gravity.
can explain
So
that
there's a
shit.
reason
Like,
why
jump
our
or come
planets
down.
are round, or like gas planets are round just like that. Why everything's round and why our atoms round? Maybe because of gravity. But gravity is also unexplained. So
Nah, bro.
And
If you
and
jump,
that's
you
why
gonna
there's only
fall.
laws of gravity. We don't actually know what gravity is. So
Here's my like take on God. Like
It's fucking crazy.
the universe experiencing itself through itself. I was like a really big into like Zen Buddhism back whenever I was a kid, and there was this sort of koan, which is a problem for you to mentally work out, something that helps you understand the universe better. It's a question without an answer, essentially. So, why would God choose to put limiting factors on himself? Have you ever had a dream? Of course, we've all had dreams. What happens whenever you have a lucid dream? You're able to do more things. What happens whenever you have a full-on astral projection? You literally create the reality you see around you. Imagine doing that for millions and billions and trillions of years and living out every possibility you ever could have imagined and get born. Why? So at the end of the day, I feel like what consciousness does, the lens through which God views itself, is place limiting factors to create a more endeavored experience, to create a creative aspect of being that wasn't the straight and linear line, that living those millions of trillions of quintillions of possibilities.
And I think that God is the infinite silence or the infinite nothing that everything came out of. There's no words for it because it just is. That's like the Tao, right?
Mm-hmm.
The silence behind everything. The complete absence. That part, like, the unquantifiable that created that out of everything, fucking everything was born. All those little fucking swirly, twirly little atoms that you're talking about. And he's like, oh, gravity and shit, this is fucking crazy. Before that, there's nothing, and we'll never experience that. And that's why we be trying to bust these protein-packed nuts, because we're trying to get back to that universal consciousness of nothing, bro. We're trying to get back to that fucking darkness.
The way
so
you
just trying to
describe
bang. I swear to God, dude,
but
these
there's a
vampires-
means to an end too, man. Like I mean, okay.
Why do we bust those nuts? If not for string
You know
theory,
why.
right?
literal string theory,
You know
bro.
why.
Jesus. Yeah,
I just hope the other dimensional Wyatt knows that we're talking about this shit right now and kind of chuckles to himself. He's like, this fucking
Yeah,
stupid
like,
ass
right on
motherfucker.
point.
But see,
man.
think
He's
about
probably,
it.
he's probably playing COD right now.
He's probably
Getting
playing COD.
I
Way
mean,
more
think
than
about
I
it. They say we're from the stars, right? Whoever the fuck said it. That we're from the stars. And if stars are a reflection of atoms, then it's like, I mean, what if like the universe is the being of God itself? And like, what
That
if we
brings
contain
me-
so we're like a
universes?
cell of God.
Yeah, and like we contain universes
Yeah, I
within
can-
our own
and-
selves, and maybe that's the
What's that?
interdimension.
Do
Like
you
this
mind if I
other
do I
universe.
have a poem about the atom
You're able to grow.
complex real quick? Okay. I'm adamant, the atom in the rib that's in my abdomen has been brokendo. And the mitochondrial evening is the stem of my bro and kendo. Ascend to rekindle the spirit of men in times of a collective split, though.
You can do the splits.
Because I think like a collective
That's dope.
split, like I think some people's lives are getting way better, like ours.
I just think
some
like
people's lives are getting like way worse.
I'm not atheistic. I'm very agnostic.
Yeah.
But I also think like, bro, we are in a small semblance of what we can understand.
Yeah.
There's so much things that go on around us that we don't understand, and to think that like there's not other things that know better than us, and we're limiting our knowledge by thinking that we know. We need to go and figure it out. And that's how we know, is we figure it out. That's why I'm like, I don't know if God exists, but
Yeah.
I do believe in God because nothing can be nothing. You know?
And how can you explain
And, like,
looking up at the sky? I feel like when you
Oh
look
no,
up
I
at the
think,
sky,
I think
like,
that's kind of like
you-
small fries though, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
just looking in the scope of Earth. You need
Yeah.
to think about things in the
No, yeah.
larger scope.
There's a book channeled by a physicist, an astrophysicist, channeled by Ra, the sun god.
Right.
And
Are
the scientists checked it for 99% accuracy. So we're
Mhm.
talking fourth, fifth, sixth dimensional beings. Fucking Ra is sitting down with this physicist, and this physicist channels the knowledge and information like with 99% accuracy. I forgot the
Right.
name of the book, but if y'all want to go check that shit out, that might be because like even God created God, so there's fucking fourth, fifth, sixth dimensional beings out there where like I've heard like 1 little gigabyte of their information is like library books full of the Grand Canyon because they're just oscillating at a fucking higher.
If you created a robot, they'd probably call you God too.
Oh, what is that movie? Oh, Interstellar, dude. Have you seen that movie?
Because they'd be like, this dude made us. He's God.
Facts. We are. Yeah.
Yeah,
Talk
and you know
about
what?
dimensional-
Yeah.
They said that you cannot, you don't know, you won't know who the Antichrist will be. But I think the Antichrist will be in the form of AI because it's not going to be someone that you can name specifically because they can make cyborgs, they can make people, they can make clones. You know, there's all this technology that they have. So instead of it,
talking about
Here's the theory.
Said that. Like,
Here's
say
the
how
theory,
we're gonna
right?
try to go to Mars and habitat it. What that's theoretically the Antichrist.
and
Like,
they got to
that's
break
humanity.
through the firmament, so they got to upload their consciousness into a
Damn, we're
super
really in
intelligent-
some divine RPG.
Yeah,
about
let's
some
make this look
fucking
funny.
breaking out of the
We're talking about-
firmament and just goddamn Truman.
So here's the theory. I think the fact that we think about the Antichrist is that we have to have an antagonist.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
have to have antagonists because everybody believes that they're
Someone
the
to point
protagonist.
Nobody
the
wants a
finger
good
at.
story without an
Everybody want a bad guy to beat up. I swear to God, I've been looking for one, bro.
There's
I'm
so
like, who
many-
is it?
there's
Like,
so many
who's the
stories
fucking
with
villain.
People that have great power, that have great intention, that end up, you know, murdering and abusing by de facto, not of his own action, but by the choices that he's made. And he might have been a good guy beforehand, but we view those people as evil. You know, there might have been great factors. It's a thing within humanity that we tell ourselves stories. Who we are has directly to do with our antagonizing aspects. Kind
Yeah.
of
The
thing
yin
like
and
that.
the yang. That's just their way.
Yeah, yeah.
It's more like
we
an
didn't know how to
Odysseus
explain-
complex.
We don't know how to explain gravity, but maybe back then they didn't know how to explain good and evil without portraying it in people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, story.
That's a great fucking way to put it, Zach. That's a great fucking
Oda
way to put it.
Nobunaga thought himself a god, right? And you got to imagine what sort of god he thought of himself as, you know. And certain aspects of like Japanese art and stuff like that, you have things like a Hanya mask, which essentially is the mask that a geisha wears. And geishas were known to be like assassins or stealers of information. So the mask.
Shout out to all the all the women, all the geishas. No vampire hoes 2021. We going for the geishas, but don't assassinate me, sweetie.
Hey, we'll sit.
You gotta
You gotta
wonder
bring that
about
loyalty, bro.
you gotta wonder about the mask, bro. It's all about the mask, and I think that Jim Carrey flick was there's a lot of symbolism. I think Hollywood puts a lot of symbolism that we don't understand or even know about that subconsciously fucks with us. What happens when you put on a mask? You depersonalize from your own personal aspect, but you become more by wearing it. What does that do to the identity? What does that do to the act of just being conscious and alive?
That's
Then
what
you
Snapchat
forget your
is now, bro.
your
Snapchat
own
filters,
sovereign
that's
Yeah.
people's
being, bro.
masks nowadays.
You said what, bro?
Snapchat filters is people's masks nowadays.
Yeah.
Like
Hey.
that's how people get depressed and shit. They're so used to like taking pictures with filters, they don't know what the real.
And then they look
themselves
in the
look
mirror,
like.
they're like, that's not.
And they look
that,
in the mirror like, dude, I got
Wait, wait.
older over in a day.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
Going back to the Antichrist thing, it's a mask that we have to come to terms with because eventually there'll be an end to what we know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, by one means or the other. And the mask is that which we blame, that which we do not fully understand, that imprinted that upon us. I like talking about the universe and God and all that, but I think sometimes what's more interesting is really delving into like dialectical forms of like consciousness. What does your dreams do? How do they reflect back on your subconscious and your conscious reality?
Listen to this. If you're lucid dreaming and you see a black hole, next time you jump into that motherfucker and then you'll astral project out of your body. Alright?
And also, hey, don't pee in the toilet if
you're
you're dreaming. Because you will piss yourself.
Do what if you're dreaming? Yeah.
You said in the toilet. Wait, what
A
about
lot
the
of my
toilet?
dreams are like walking on, like defying gravity. Like I'll be walking on the ceiling.
Jesus.
Talking to people. It's like hanging upside down, talking to somebody. Like, how'd you do that?
Hey,
like,
bud, that
and
was-
I just float
I
down
think-
back to my feet. Like, dude, it's magic.
I think he was that premonition he was having when he was tripping on shrooms at one
It's
time.
just Zach running through, like, just
Oh,
Running
is
on the
this an Attack on
ceiling
Titan
and
shit? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
bro, I just astral projected back in time.
Hey.
Defying the
I will have the audience know we
It's like,
burn
where's that?
stage in
Yeah,
this
I know.
motherfucker. There will be no summoning of no goddamn evil spirits in Aaron's dojo on the anti-interview.
Let's see what the runtime
Yeah,
is.
dude. Just one practice for all my insecure sweeties out there, bro. Like we talking about your mask, your filter, and shit. We're talking about your mask. I want you to walk by the mirror, like look at yourself in the mirror, and I want you to just kind of like look surprised, like no filter, right? And then just maybe, I don't know, like pretend that you saw the sexiest motherfucker on the planet, bro. So kind of like just walk by and just, even if it's just like a little wink or nod, you know what I mean, like. And just like get a little intimate with yourself for a minute. Just get comfortable loving the real you, bro. Because like those puppy ears, like I don't know what. Okay, let's look for
Public
this.
bathrooms. Somebody
I
might
can't
walk
say shit.
in
I
and
use
be like,
filters. I know I'm fucking ugly. Whatever.
Indo Darko. I disagree, bro. I think you're probably like, okay, you ranged from a 7.5 to 9.5. I don't know who's a 10, bro. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's
You-
not
it's not 23. I don't care.
He's like, hey, yeah, you got a child. You're like, I ain't focused on. I'm putting food on the table. Fuck the pretty shit, bro.
Hey, I got a good question. Oh,
yes.
sorry, you're in the middle.
No, got you, bro.
So what's worse? Coffee at nighttime or beer in the daytime?
Beer in the daytime. Because then you start having a hangover, like by the
as
time
soon as you
everybody
stop.
else starts drinking, so you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I gotta drink way more, and by that point you're already.
I
fucked
honestly
up.
have a day beer. Fuck coffee, dude.
Coffee's the shit. I drink
Fuck
that
beans,
shit
bro.
at nighttime.
It's like, dude,
I just
more
don't
sound.
do
fuck
beans,
beans
bro.
across the board.
Yeah, well,
dude.
garbanzo are okay in a certain way, but I'm Arab, so it happens.
You pronounce it garbanzo,
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Caramel,
caramel,
tomato, tomato.
Alright, y'all, we have any final messages before we send this motherfucker home? I think we talked about everything, but we talked about
Yeah, don't do drugs, kids.
don't do
Call your
drugs.
mom.
Don't do
Read a
that.
lot of books, expand your mind, make
Only
your own
you
theories.
can prevent forest fires.
Yes.
You can prevent
And
forest
don't be a
fires,
simp.
bro. Don't be a
Don't be
simp.
sipping.
Bro, I hope y'all got
Sip to them
something.
video games, dog.
Yes. Yeah,
Don't
only
summon
time I
evil spirits
simp.
on shrooms.
The only time I simp is when I get on GTA and I go to the strip club, and that's the only time you can ever
Nah,
simp.
you wildin', bro.
You got psychological problems, man. We can't be running over hookers. God damn.
I never said nothing about that.
I'm gonna
You're
sip
right.
to the
Damn,
microphone.
yeah, no, I just revealed my.
That's a-
Alright, hey,
I'm gonna sip to the microphone when I'm making music. Now I'm gonna sip to the world because that's how it comes out.
where can we find y'all on social
That's
media,
not a
bro?
word.
Where the fuck can we find you guys on hashtag, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram?
Neighbors 918 on Facebook.
Everything.
Yeah, Neighbors 918.
Neighbors
Like
not
their
one
Facebook
And if you're
page.
searching it up on Spotify, The Neighbors with a $sign.
Yep.
The dollar sign
We-
for the S, bro.
We're like on every single streaming platform. So
Fuck yeah, dude.
you'll find us on Apple Music,
Except for
Spotify.
LimeWire.
Yeah, not LimeWire.
Well,
Yeah,
it
not
might
yet.
be. I don't
What
know.
about Napster?
Never tried it.
Yeah,
Napster?
I think
Yeah,
we
we
are
are
on
on
that.
Probably
Yeah.
Zoom too.
Yeah, literally, you can find our music anywhere.
TikTok.
Yeah.
What
Oh, dude, we
distribution?
love TikTok videos.
What distribution do y'all use?
DistroKid.
DistroKid.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Fuck
great.
yeah,
Like,
dude.
but only thing I don't like about them is that you gotta like pay for the legacy rights or whatever. You gotta pay for them to keep it up. You gotta pay like $30 or $40 for them to not delete it after
You gotta
a while.
do that with TuneCore too.
Really? You gotta pay like yearly.
Yearly.
Like every
I
time
mean,
you
but
drop,
they,
like on
I don't know.
TuneCore, I
It's
think.
either like at that point you're either making money off of it or you're not. So you just
Yeah.
let go of what you know. But SoundCloud will keep it forever, dog.
No,
That's what
yeah.
got me started.
No, that's
That's
not.
real
'Cause,
shit.
I think on TuneCore you gotta pay every year to keep it up.
No, you gotta do that with DistroKid. I think you gotta pay
No,
every
because on
time.
DistroKid you can pay one fee and it'll be up forever.
This is informational.
Yeah.
But they don't have
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, dude.
On TuneCore.
Nah, I was trying to send it home, bro.
Yeah.
But hey, y'all get this free
Yeah, we are
fucking
at-
royalties, bro.
We are
Hey, I hope this
Get
gave
that
y'all.
money.
I hope this gave y'all a
To
deeper
be a
insight
ass
into
count,
who
all
the
that.
fuck the neighbors are, bro. They're some fucking, they're a
Hey.
talented trio, bro. And they go hard as fuck whenever shows come back up.
Fuck the
after-
neighbors.
Fuck
after
the neighbors.
Civil War or whatever, bro. Whatever ends up happening.
Alright, so what's
we'll
better?
fucking see y'all on the other
What's
side
better,
of
ass
it.
or titties?
At some shows, bro.
Both.
hopefully.
They're both
Even
better.
mix of
Yeah.
both because you can't
Bro,
have
you
titties
can't
without the
just
ass.
like suck titties and not, you know.
All right, everybody wave and
That's
say
it.
goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Get him, Zach. Get him, Zach.
Literally like, I see you. Dude, yeah. Hopefully that gave me some fucking insight into like just how y'all's minds work.
Yeah.
He like,
We got into some
we
shit.
lived through that content. Like I
We
got
got-
dosed up, bro, and I did not know.
Sorry, keep the money, keep it shot up, it landed right on my face.
I need
Oh, this
to
still
take a
recording?
walk.
Yeah.
I need to take a moment to decide. No, I won't push you to the side. To the side. Suicide. I gave up waiting on my friends for them to call me back. I gave up on all the hope I ever could have had. And now I am so alone because they are the past. And now they just talk about me like I am their dad. Oh,